This documentary contains violence, death, and gang activity. You're now tapped into Street Legends. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on all videos. Now without further ado, let's get right into this video. The ongoing war between two talented rappers, Quando and Lil Durk, has gotten worse, and here's why. Following the death of King Von, Lil Durk for the most part was staying silent until recent news. The feds will come with an indictment for Lil Durk, pinning him to a murder for hire plot on a rival rapper's life, Quando from Savannah, Georgia. Although the hit on his life was unsuccessful, Quando's cousin, Lil Pop, was unfortunately killed due to the incident. For the most part, nobody knew exactly what happened until 2 years after the murder took place. Lil Durk and 4 other men and 2 individuals unnamed by the federal government, Lil Durk would be accused of offering anybody responsible for the death of Quando a lucrative music career with OTF, better known as Only the Family, and also an unidentified amount of cash. Now, rumors of an informant are circulating over the internet, and one of the men being accused is OTF Jam. Now, even though there is no proof or paperwork to these claims, an OTF affiliate, THF Zoo, will go on Instagram and confront OTF Jam by saying, "The whole time the MB's in front of you," confirming to the fans that at least one of the informants is OTF Jam. Lil Durk is being held in federal custody without a bond. He was indicted by the grand jury with enough evidence to stand trial. Now let's take a look at some of these allegations Lil Durk is facing. On August 18th, 2022, the feds say Durk will book a private jet from Chicago to Los Angeles after receiving a tip Quando was in LA staying in a hotel. When Lil Durk and 3 other men arrived in LA, OTF DD would use an OTF credit card to rent 2 luxury vehicles that would later be tracked back to OTF. One of the other men, OTF Vonnie, would be accused of supplying the shooters with the gun used to murder Lil Pop. He would also be accused of buying ski masks out the store that were also used in the murder of Lil Pop. Durk would be caught speaking in coded language, talking about the situation to co-conspirator 2, texting him, "Don't book anything under my name." The feds will release documents stating that they've surveillanced OTF and Durk since 2012, building the case on him. The DA will use lyrics from Durk's song War About It, in which he will use a sample of the news clip of Quando screaming outside the vehicle that his cousin Lil Pop was laying lifeless in. Durk would also drop a song after being in custody called We Slid, and was deleted shortly after. Before being apprehended by the martial law, the feds said that Lil Durk tried to book 3 different flights to 3 different locations, trying to avoid arrest. Durk has been taking shots at Quando for years now. In 2022, Durk dropped a song titled Aha, aiming shots at Quando, saying that they've been sliding and nobody knows, also saying he isn't responding to anything with King Von. Lil Durk has spoken on the situation in an interview with DJ Academics, even calling King Von's killer, Little Tim, a nerd. Quando also did an interview talking about the situation, and he stated that he didn't want anything to go down the way it did. He continued by saying he was walking, and that's when King Von started to strike him repeatedly, leaving Quando's friend no choice but to shoot him, leading to 3 people killed. One shot was Little Tim himself. Durk would drop a song titled Redman on YouTube. In one of his verses he says, "They asked me where I'm gonna be in 10 years. Shit, I say the feds. They asked me what I'm gonna do about Quando. Shit, he's dead." Durk dropping a diss track left Quando only to respond, dropping a collab tape with NBA Youngboy called 3860, standing for rapper NBA Youngboy's street name and Quando's affiliation with the Rolling 60 Crips. The project would have numerous diss tracks aimed towards Lil Durk and OTF members mocking King Von's death. This project between Youngboy and Quando only had one feature, and it was Little Tim, King Von's killer. After King Von died, an OTF affiliate, 600 Breezy, would post an Instagram story pulling up to Youngboy's hood, 38th Street, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, looking to get revenge on the rival gang members. Durk would have Quando shows canceled, trying to stop his money and drain him from putting any funds in the war between them. While NBA Youngboy is currently serving 27 months in federal prison, but says his first concert is going to be in Chicago, he would also find a way into the beef, dropping a song titled I Hate Youngboy, shouting out King Von's op in Chicago, saying, "Turned up bumping Wooski." Wooski is a high-ranking GD from 63rd, who has been the biggest threat to Lil Durk coming from Chicago. NBA Youngboy would also drop a song titled Bring the Hook, dissing OTF D-Thing, saying clean up on IOO. Durk's brother D-Thing was shot in the head at a club in Chicago called Club O. Durk would drop a project titled Almost Healed, talking about the struggles of losing loved ones to the streets. The murder for hire plot wasn't the only attempt on Quando's life. After a show in 2021, he was shot at in front of a gas station, leading to him almost being banned from Georgia while on supervised release, pending trial for distributing drugs and racketeering. Durk allegedly put $1 million hit on Quando for anybody who would kill him. Quando will go on a diss track and say, "I heard it's $1 million on my head, make it 8. Durk made his name known from turning a serial killer into a rapper. King Von would lead Durk down the wrong path of no return. Despite King Von being dead, feds released paperwork claiming King Von put $50,000 on FBG Duck's head, then raising the ticket to $100,000. FBG Duck was a rapper from 63rd that has been beefing with Durk for the last decade. He was gunned down in front of a high-end designer store in downtown Chicago. Now let's take a step back and break this beef down and how it started. Before Quando and Durk had deadly beef, they were seen together hanging out on Instagram Live. The situation stems from King Von reaching out to Youngboy for a feature and NBA Youngboy declining his offer. King Von took it as disrespect, so he would get revenge on Youngboy by having sex with his baby mother, Jania. King Von would leak pictures with her in a hotel room, bragging about taking Youngboy's girl. Behind the scenes of a rap beef stemmed, and nothing serious happening, until King Von seen Quando at a club in Atlanta, where a fight broke out, leading to the passing of King Von. Little Tim was arrested, but released after the court determined it was indeed self-defense. It's unclear if the police killed King Von, or if it was Little Tim's bullets that killed King Von. Little Tim was shot and put on a surgical bag to use the restroom due to the incident. After the death of King Von, Quando would drop a song titled End of Story, talking about what took place that night, saying if the shoes were on the other foot, they wouldn't say he was wrong. King Von's death not only affected Quando's safety, also impacted his career from being blackballed in the industry due to too many relationships that Lil Durk holds. Although everything that happened, Lil Durk denies any beef between OTF and 4K Trey, and says he's leaving the past in the past, just after beating an attempted murder charge with his co-defendant being rap's first serial killer, King Von. The Las Vegas police say Durk and Von were on tape shooting the man, also taking $30K from him. The police said that they had Durk's hands hanging out the window showing off his tattoos. So we're going to stop this video right here. This is episode 1 of the war between Quando Rondo and Lil Durk. I'd also like to announce we are officially having a season 2 for the war in Akron. If you haven't checked out the war in Akron on my page,